bechu Eloi kai kol neshumu Ve'oideku berov pachad ve'yaynu Agal bechu Eloi kai kol neshumu Ay ve'oideku berov pachad ve'yaynu Me'om ditoich ki hal chutzir leroi mein Bechu becha u'echoi vroish u'echoi vroish ve'koi mo Bechu becha u'echoi vroish u'echoi vroish ve'koi mo Reki yairoim haloinu u'tu bemi v'tu Reki yairoim haloinu u'tu bemi v'tu Ve'uretz Yesudo Abelimu Ve'uretz Yesudo
And yes, and this is wow. This is Thursday, Kishroni Hours, with a new host.
Live from Jroot Radio in New York, this is the Kishroni Hour. I'm Moshe Grunfeld here with Neeson. Thank you, Neeson. You know our motto, no talent rejected, no child refused. To participate, call in 718-683-5858, 718-683-5858. To text in 347-927-8398. We are currently looking for junior reporters, so you can text in. And to listen, 712-432-4217. That's 712-432-4217. You know, there's this new radio. It's called Naki Radio, and I recommend everybody get it. You could connect to like 6, 7, or even more Jewish radios, and it's really good. And I'm hoping to get one.
And if you want to broadcast, also you can to contact us. If you have some radio station that you want to do something show, you own radio station and you want to broadcast and it's approved by the rabbis, you can call us. We can broadcast for you. And this is I want to tell you. First of all, I want to tell you how many channels we right now have. It's about 12, and it's going up. We going to go like we have Jroot Radio and Jroot Radio in Hebrew. We have Jroot Music 24/7, 24/6. Sorry, it's you're in Australia. We'll get it 24/7. Again, this is like something that we're working about it. We have Rabbi Shlomo Perl, Zechron Levracha, Halachot Shabbat, non-stop shiurim of Rabbi Shlomo Perl, non-stop, all day long, running the show. We are working now in Rabbi Itzi Erb's stories channel that it will be only channel. We have Geula Radio. We have we are going to expand, and everything is by approval of the rabbis, and we have Machane Kadosh approval. And the person that invests so much money on this is deserved. And the machine itself, you can see it on the screen if you're now looking at us. Moish, can you show? You just point on the machine.
Which
The machine, the Naki Radio. Oh yes, yeah. You see? Okay, you're great. You see, leave it like this, and this is amazing. It's really a solid machine, beautiful, high quality, and I think this is like every house. Be'ezrat Hashem will see it here and all over the world. I got phone calls now from Miami and Los Angeles, and all other places that really want it. So, Moish, what we're doing today? What is the Kishroni hours today?
So today we have yortzites. We have
Okay.
very chashuv yortzites that are
Yes.
very chashuv. That we have the Rosh. We have Rav Yosef Leib Bloch to talk about. We got Rav David Sion Laniato. And we also have another Talza Rosh Yeshiva of Shimon Shkop. So yeah, there's what to talk about. But first of all, I want to say Mazel Tov to Rabbi Mendel Bronstein, the Rav of my shul, of Chaim Berlin Alumni Minyan, and to the Bax family and the Helberg family, the Friedman family, Gelbart family, and the Abtan family on the weddings.
Oh, Mazal Tov. Mabruk, as you say in Yiddish.
Mabruk in Hebrew, right? Anyways, now we're going to talk about the Rosh. The Rosh was Rav Asher ben Yechiel. He founded a nice commentary, a nice thing on the Talmud. He was a disciple of the Maram, and he's from the Maram's name is Rab Meir of Rothenburg. The Maram was the last German Baalei Tosfot, and his student Rav Asher took over because of the Crusaders. Rav Asher fled to Spain in 1306, and his first stop was Barcelona, where the Rashba gave him a nice welcome. He then moved to Toledo, where he became the chief dayan, and he judged in the matters of the Jewish din, and became chief rabbi of the community. The Rosh was not very happy by the Spanish approach to Torah because he saw an excessive value of philosophy, and he didn't like the secular studies. He felt that the unavoidable consequence of the Spanish approach would be winding down on the Talmud, the true source of the Yiddish wisdom. Anyways, he also lived in the time of Rabbi Yosef Karo, the Bet Yosef. So that was the Rosh. Now we're going to go to Rav Zion Laniado. Rav Dov Zion Laniado, as they called him, the Malki Suba. Am I saying that right? The Malki Suba? The Malki Soba? No? He's from Aram Soba.
Aram Soba. Okay, yeah, this is from basically northwest part of Syria, border of Turkey. And Khaleb, it's called Khaleb, Aram Soba. This is one of the famous Kila over there, the famous Torah scroll that was Aram Soba. This is one of the ancient Torah that is from over there. I would say that Aram Soba scroll is unbelievable. That many people, everybody, all the research took to look on this scrolls.
And thank you, Nathan, for that. That was very helpful. So the Rav David Zion Laniado, who was from Aram Soba, his nickname is Malke Soba. He was born 1899. He lived in the time of Arab pogroms. And 1929, he fled to Hebron. And one day he went to the kever of Rachel Imenu. A gang wanted to bother him, and a sheik, an important Arab man, was standing nearby and told the gang, "Stop, what are you doing? Why are you hurting this rabbi? Don't you know he's a holy man?" Rabbi Laniado ran home, but he ran to more trouble. And he went home. Once he reached home, his neighbor told him, "You got to run away from the city. You can't stay here in this city anymore. This city is not good. It's going to be run over by pogroms. They might hurt you." So he left the city, and he passed by a cave, but it wasn't until before the rioters arrived there, and they said, "If you Jewish here, you want to get away, you won't get out here." And Rabbi Laniado davened very hard and was answered. All of a sudden, British troops passed by, and they heard his family crying, and they brought them to Yerushalayim. He took on himself, he said Tehillim every day, 3 times a day. Now, boys and girls, saying Tehillim 3 times a day, imagine doing that every day, the whole entire Tehillim 3 times. That's like unbelievable.
And I want to and believe me, he knew it by art. And no jumping and no babbling, just say it word by word, letter by letter, with all the pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah, he learned not to ask on Hashem's ways, and he had 14 children. He lived in a small apartment afterwards. So that was the Malki Saba, and one of his farm is the Lakute David. He was also very close to Rav Shlomo Alfandiri, known as Saba Kadusha. Yeah, and that was the Malki Saba, Rav David Sion Laniado, which Yortzeit is tonight. We actually have this Yortzeit, this coming Shabbos Yortzeit. I'm going to mention later on in the show. There's actually very interesting Yortzeits this Shabbos. We have Rochel Meinuz. We have Mr. Shelach Ben Chanoch. And we have also Binyamin Ben Yaakov. So now let's discuss, since we discussed now Rav David Ben Sion Laniado, let's discuss now Rav Yosef Yehuda Le Blach. Rav Yosef Yehuda Le Blach, he was the Telza Rosh Yeshiva, one of the Telza Rosh Yeshivas. Anyways, he died on November 10th, 1929, and his place, I believe it's called they spell it Telsiai, but it's really Telz. Anyways, Telz under Rav Yosef Le Blach, where Rav Yosef Le Blach became the Rosh Yeshiva. In 1910, he became the Rav over there. He had, to a certain extent, hidden in the lifetime of his father-in-law, were revealed the beauty. He had a lot of organization skills. He made Telz not only a yeshiva, but a molder of men and ashkafas. And the unique Telz derech Rav Yosef Lev had been very instrumental in fashioning. He was the living example of the rabbinic royalty and was possessed of an iron self-control and discipline. Everything he did was foresight. He thought before he talked. He thought of before he did. There's a lot to learn from these Gedolei Yotzeit today. He had a very tight schedule with time set aside for everything. Davening, learning, sleeping, waking, resting, walking, and the like. So basically, imagine being a big Talmid Chacham and having time to take a walk, to do a little exercise, to do a little learning, to do Baruch Hashem. He had this, and it's a lot to learn from him. He was very punctual that the residents of the Telzi Yeshiva said that they could set their watches according to his schedule. Another innovation of Rabbi Yosef Leib, another thing he did was that in addition to giving the highest share, he took upon himself to deliver Musar, which he called Shuri Das. Musar is like Rav Moshe Chaim Lizario wrote the Sefer. He wrote a few Sfarim. Anyway, going back to Rav Yosef Leibach, his personality and influence raised the prestige of yeshiva students in the eyes of the world. He insisted that a member of the yeshiva be called the more honorable term, yeshiva mechanech, instead of the somewhat condescending title of yeshiva bacher. Rav Yosef Leib's efforts weren't limited to running the yeshiva. He founded and presided over an entire network of educational institutions, so that under his stewardship, the Telz became bigger. The full education institution for both men and women. Soon hundreds from everywhere came. In 1920, he founded a yeshiva catering to younger Talmidim who were not old enough, nor were on the high level of entering the yeshiva. Eventually, because of its popularity, a lot of people started coming. And he had to build another building. Around the same time, an elementary school was open for girls. The Beis Medrash Morim Yavna Teacher Seminary opened in Telz in 1925 with a 4-year program teaching pedagogy and a comprehensive knowledge, a lot of Tanakh, basically language, math, and history to enable its young men to become the future teacher of the Yidden. 1927, Yavna opened a Yiddish gymnasium for women, and women could obtain a secular education from Torah Ashkafa in a completely Torah atmosphere. Kolel Harabanim, which he founded in 1929, was made for the motivated scholars with rabbinic ordination to further their studies in preparation for the rabbinic Beis HaMedrash. Morris Yavna, the teacher seminar, opened in the 1930s. The seminary catered to post-high school age girls, teaching a lot of skills. Yavna graduates spread all across Poland and eventually came to America. Generations of girls in the pathways of Yiddishkeit. Under the leadership of Rav Yosef Leib, Telz blossomed, not only becoming a yeshiva, but one of Europe's great Torah centers. Thousands came from all over to learn in this wide educational institution where he started. So that was Reb, a little bit about Reb Yosef Leib Bloch. Anyways, going out to Rav Hagoin, Rav Shimon Yehuda Cohen Shkop. Also, the Yortzeit is tonight. Rabbi Shkop was born in Toretz, Minsk, at the age of 12. He studied in the yeshiva in Mir for 2 years. He then traveled to Volozhin and studied with the Netziv. He was part of an extraordinary group of students with whom Reb Chaim Soloveitchik interacted. In 1884, he became a big gadol at the yeshiva, where he taught Torah for 18 years and became well known for his style and distinctive chedushim. In 1903, he was appointed rabbi of Melz, replacing the Gaon Rav Zalman Sander, who became the rabbi in Krinki. In 1907, he became the rabbi of Brinsk, where he founded a yeshiva known as Yeshiva but Rav Shimon Brinska. During World War I, he remained in Brinsk, which was captured by the Germans, and helped assiduously to look after townspeople. Since his yeshiva was forced to close during the war, he used this time to arrange his chadushim and share them in a sefer. This was the popular Shari Yosher, which was published in 1928. In 1920, Rav Shkop was urged by the leading rabbanim of the time, led by Rav Chaim Ozer of Vilna, and to accept the position of Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshiva Shara Torah in Grodno. Rav Shkop was successful in turning the yeshiva into one of the largest and most popular in Europe. In 1928, he traveled to America in order to elevate the difficult financial situation of his yeshiva, and was received there with the highest honor. After the passing of the Manchester Eloi Rav Shlomo Palachik, he became a Rosh Yeshiva at Rav Isaac Elchanan Seminary. Although he wanted to remain the leading Rabbana of Europe, led by the Chafetz Chaim and Rav Chaim Ozer, he felt it imperative for him to return to Grodno and his yeshiva there. Rav Shkop answered the call, albeit with some misgivings. When World War II broke out, he moved with his yeshiva to Vilna, where he died shortly thereafter. So that's the history of Rav Yehuda Kohen Shkop.
Wow. Okay. So this is something that I know you read now a story book, but what they do it in their life, you cannot imagine, and you cannot write it in a book.
Right. I can't write down.
I cannot. You cannot read the stories about them.
It's
And
too much
what?
to write. It won't fit on paper.
No, it's not a matter of writing. It's a matter of to tell about what tzaddikim, what that's, and many times we talking about to the adults and to the kids, and kids understandings many times and most of the times better than adults. And I want to tell you this, that we see around us so many things that really are attracting and can make you very, very disturbed and thinking about emunah and bitachon and everything. And when you see this rabbanim, these chachamim, these giants, tzaddikim, you understand what is all mean to be a Jewish. Because daily you're just looking around, you go on, especially we are in Brooklyn, you go on the street, you see so many non-Jewish people around you. And you have to understand that we have to be proud, and we have to be like one of a kind. We are the elite unit of this place, I'm thinking that to see these giants and to see how they behave, you cannot compare to non-Jewish people. You cannot compare it to the so-called Hasidim and all. And you have Hasidei Umot Haolam, but it's something that you can thinking about people like Abba Sali, Chafetz Chaim, Shkop, Laniado, all these huge people that talking about a person that reading the Tehillim every day 3 times. But this is okay. Can be mechanical. But I'm talking about really connect himself to the power of Hakadosh Baruch Hu, to connect himself to see, and you see what is all about. When talking about, and I'm telling you, Moish.
Yes.
I was in many places in the world. I was also experienced other religious, and I saw what it's all about. I saw the people that sometimes talking nonsense.
So the world is what about.
And then suddenly you find a person like a giant like a Gaon Mivina, or Chacham Ovadia Yosef, Zecher Tzadikim Levracha. Rashi. Imagine yourself Rashi, okay? Imagine yourself or Rambam. Rashi is about thousand
I
years.
can't imagine
Okay,
myself.
thousand years ago. 1,000 years ago. No computers, no light. No, yes, light with the the oil
The
lamp,
oil candle lamp.
okay, oil candle light, and no pen, no pen, pencil, with a pencil you didn't have, but even pen, with the ink you have to do dip the
The
tzipor,
parchment, yes, you had the parchment
yeah,
paper
parchment, the
and
tzipor,
the
and they
pen
write
made out of
a
skin,
feather
feathers,
from
yeah,
bamboo,
quill.
all this, and writing, and beside this, just writing halachot that I don't understand how they could remember. So it's a giant. It's not human. And talking about take this all these giant people and compare to the other people. You cannot compare. You cannot compare the Gaon Mivina that or Chacham of Yosef. Chacham of Yosef. Some people research is knowledge, and they said that basically in order to bring a answer to the question that people ask him, he had to read 30,000 books. Well,
30,000 books.
books. 30,000, and remember
Foreign,
what?
not foreign books.
Not Sfarim, not regular, regular book,
Books.
novelty, halachot book, Gemara, Shas, Mishnayot, everything, if you open a book of Shelot v'Tshuvot of Chacham Yechvedea, okay, open just randomly any page, and you see his answer. What any question about that people asking him, you see over there an average is a 50 different simuchim, different places that he bring this answer from. Why is yes, why is not, why is it, what is conclusion, all that, from 50 different sources. You understand what is mean? From if it's from the Sfat Emet, if from the Rama, if from the Maran, if it's from the Ramban, if it's from Rambam, from different, and will tell you exactly which page, and I know that last week was the Chacham of Yosef Yortzeit. Gimel Becheshvan. And I know that we spoke about it quite a few times, but it's the story that he used to learn in Porat Yosef.
Right, I heard the story. You told me this last
Yeah,
week.
yeah. Oh, yes. We're talking about this, and it's something that we cannot imagine. This, people today, and the only thing that we can tell you that we have, what do you call it? We have the ability, and this is an encouragement to all our
And
children, to my
unfortunately, we
children.
have also a lot of dirty stuff, a lot of shtuyot.
Yeah, but we have to understand that we are doing trying to be with our children and not give up this idea. When Chacham of Yosef came, he was said, I want to be Gadol Israel, and he became Gadol Israel because he wanted. And he can do it. And I said, that's what you say all the time, kishroni, always. Every kid has his talent. Some of these kids...
Every kid has his talent. That's correct.
Every kid has a talent. And we are looking also, long time, we don't have a junior reporter because of summer and everything.
So now is your chance, kids,
now is your
to
chance,
come
yeah.
call in, text in 347-927-8398, and text in information, and you could become a junior reporter on the new Kishroni Hour. And Bez Hashem coming in the next few weeks, we're going to have wonderful shows. Maybe Maya Licht, maybe some great storytellers coming in. Rav Yetzi Haber, hopefully. Another few storytellers that I know offhand that I've been in contact, and hopefully they're going to come in. So this is your time now to be a junior reporter. Anyways,
we have a famous junior reporter that is already senior reporter, is Yehuda Rubin.
Yes.
Rubin. And he was dedicated to this show. I don't know.
Is he on now?
Like 3-4 years. Look, now he's already high school, so it's tough for him,
Maybe he
give.
can still do it. No,
I don't know. I don't want to push him so much because it's really as you know when
we
we
gotta
have
get some. We gotta get somebody younger.
Avi
You gotta get
Galinsky. You
younger.
remember Avi Galinsky?
Avi Galinsky, sure.
Yes, and until he came to the high school, it was unbelievable. And we are looking now to a new guys, a new refreshment, and I believe that you have guys, you are over there that listen to us right now.
You children who are listening now could become our next junior reporter. And yes, and whatever you talk about, let's say talk about
The weather, you know,
Gedolim, what's
you
the
know.
weather going to be on Shabbat? What each animal has to do with the Torah, which I found very
Yeah,
fascinating.
you have the junior Magid. You know, you can give shiur Torah. You can give a storyteller.
Be a storyteller,
To be a
right?
storyteller.
Even though we have Rabbi Yitzi Erbs every Wednesday night,
Yeah, but we need more stories. You know,
we
need
need more storytellers.
storytellers.
Kids, if you want to become a storyteller one day, so now is your chance to be on Junior Reporter over here on jroot Radio, Kishroni Hour. Anyways, we'll take a few minute break, and then afterwards, I'm going to come back here and say a nice, beautiful story that I have, which doesn't have anything to do with Gedolim, but it's a lesson story for the Russian horror story. Okay.
You know what? I'll put you something about Maran Sheli.
Chez les Qatars, les filles